Hey, Maria back with another video. It's 9:43 p.m. and I'm actually redoing this video. I had made it earlier, but I listened to it and I kept thinking, gosh, it just seems like the same old shit. And I've been doing a lot of thinking about, the same old issue, and I'm tired of talking about the same old issue. I have been for quite a while. And I'd like to move on to different subject matters, mainly because I think it's pretty obvious. This whole issue is really, it's old, and I feel as though it just creates a lot of stagnant feelings. There's not a whole lot that's left in my mind after dealing with being gang stalked for the longest time, okay? But I'm going to use the time period of leaving the farmer's place as the time frame to really focus on. Okay, so for the last 11 years, people basically have just been blocking me, wasting my time, and making me furious, actually, mainly because, of the bullying and all of that stuff. And I'd rather not even really go that deeply into it. I'm just tired of talking about it, okay? And I think I pretty much covered every issue that happened, and the biggest problems or the biggest concerns I had in that issue in all the other videos that I've made. I don't really think that um, I missed anything. Okay. Um, the one of the things that I wanted to talk about is today is I did get a few intuitive messages, and I've been doing a lot of meditating on things that relate to, of course, mysticism. I know that a lot of people from my past and who do come to know me, some people think that I live very much and deeply. I'm too deep rooted into the occult. I would say, you know, my life as CB Berganza, as well as my life as Maria Gordon, does revolve mainly around the occult, because both people, both vessels, as I experience my life in both vessels, people have made it very difficult for me to ever have some sort of comfortable feeling while I've been here on this earth, right? But even if they did, I exist in the occult. Everything that relates in my life revolves around the occult because this is the kind of person I am, right? But unfortunately, I've dealt with being in situations where I have been blocked or had forced associations that prevented me from living happily or at least comfortably, right? So, because of me understanding that my past is not something that I even like to focus on at all at this point, and I mean, really, when I think about it, I can't really say there's a whole lot of my past that I like to think about at all. Okay, it wipes out all the positive memories that you had, and it makes you feel like really bored in the present moment, and then you wonder, okay, how am I going to step into the future? I made some videos last week and I talked about my choice of stepping into the future by myself. Mainly because I knew, I got confirmation through a tarot reading that I did for a lesson that I am going to be uploading tomorrow. If not tomorrow, Saturday. I will definitely make the announcement once I upload my other video, because I like to upload at least 2 videos at a time onto my new platform. This particular video I'm working on now today is I'm working on a video called Wear the Flare in Your Hair. I'm going to be talking about magical hair jewelry. And then the other video that I just got completed was the tarot lessons for beginners, okay? And so, when it comes to me creating new content, I want to do so in an enthusiastic manner. But like I said, because I've dealt with so much of the abuse from this particular network, I sometimes, struggle with even getting online to do anything. Okay. And I have a hard time. I always debate with myself when I talk about, talking about my feelings, because this is my true feeling about my previous network. Okay, and you're going to have a hard time convincing me otherwise. And please, I want to say something really quick about me being very tired. The reason why I deleted my first video that I made of this is because I could hear how tired I was, and I am very tired, but I felt like I need to make this video. Okay, I get very discouraged. Not so much discouraged. I don't have a choice. I have to keep moving forward. Okay. And I know that my previous network blocked me mainly because they were concerned, or not really concerned, but they're using the excuse of me not having a bachelor's degree in order to work, do anything. Okay, mainly I was originally blocked in the 9 to 5 world. I had worked in accounting for about 25 years, and they were basically saying that I was not able to work in accounting. Now, that's ridiculous, right? I've been working in accounting for 25 years, and because I didn't have a bachelor's degree, they said that I couldn't do that. Then they were bullying me, trying to force me into a lifestyle, and you guys already know, okay? I'm already starting to go on and on and on about stuff, and this is what I'm trying not to do. I'm trying not to go on and on and on. They were basically preventing me from having any form of financial support for myself, okay? Now, I never asked any support from anybody else, but I was basically being blocked from employment of any kind to make money for myself, which is against the law, okay? And this went on for a very long time, okay? And because of that, I'm dealing with a lot of mental issues, okay? Because there was so many violations that occurred. So that's basically all I wanted to say. And I am doing my best to forget these people. Like, I don't want to remember them. I know that there's a lot of, I picked up on a lot of energy of people conversing within this network, a lot of arguing and stuff like that. It doesn't matter. Okay. The thing is that I choose, I can't exist in that group. Okay. I can't. And so, because everything that was associated with these last few years has been extremely negative, I find it very difficult sometimes to even do anything. You know what I mean? I don't have a whole lot of positive thoughts that go on in my head. And like I said, my perception of this network is a group of people that I look at as demonic, right? I look at anybody who treats another human being in that sort of dehumanizing manner. You can't possibly be normal to me. Okay, so I went through a lot. Okay, I've struggled financially, and ended up. I just, it blows my mind. Okay, but anyway, I'm doing what I can to get back on the track, my life track. Okay, and today, while I made my first video of me ranting and complaining, and I tried not to rant and complain, I found myself ranting and complaining. Even when I redid this video just a few minutes ago, I started going on and on and on and on and on about people bullying me, preventing me from having a job, and so on and so forth. Okay, I do know that in the last few days, there's been a lot of discussions about me within certain groups of people talking about, the injustice that I had to deal with. And I've also seen some videos on YouTube and whatever. I'm so sorry that this ever happened to me. So sorry that it ever happened to me. And I don't know why. Oh yeah, the reason why I was prevented from going to work is mainly because of Justin Hayward acting as if he had some sort of rights over me, the forced marriage. No, I am a single woman, and I don't have any sort of romantic connections with anybody. I'm somebody who has to make a living on my own, and it's always been that way. And I'm angry that some things went on. I don't want to go too much. I don't want to talk about the issue with Patreon or anything like that. But my issue right now is focusing on projects and
mainly spiritual things. Like, I had spoken before about my interest in trying to perfect my ability to astral project. I do not feel as though anything here on earth keeps me interested. Seriously, I have lost all interest in just about everything that I used to care about, except for clothes and the things that. But when it comes to, like, people, there's certain people that I've completely dropped out of my life, meaning, like, I don't want to see their faces. If I see them on social media, I just either, ignore it or whatever. There's some people that I once had a decent thought of, and now I think nothing of them. Like, I don't want to see them again. I, like, you can lose a lot of respect for people. Okay. So what do I think about now? You know what I mean? The only thing I can think about is, the unknown. Like, I want to fill in the blanks of what I don't know spiritually. And this is what I mainly focus on. So I did talk earlier in my video about, you know, um, most people know that I didn't want to be a Christian, and I know that they were trying to force me into a relationship with Justin Hayward or whatever. And I believe Justin Hayward converted to Christianity, or he was a Christian or whatever. And I'm a little shocked that they would choose him of all people, but no, I will never convert my religion. I'm very comfortable with what I believe, and it's the only life that I ever wanted to live. I wanted to make a statement about my views on Christianity. I did mention a few days ago how I truly feel about Christianity. Okay, I have never been vocal about or really felt that intense against Christianity until I realized that this whole issue got started because of Christianity. Okay, because of people wanting to abuse me and then trying to make up an excuse to do it is basically what it was. And I don't have an issue with people who want to practice whatever they want to believe. Some people believe in Jesus. And I grew up reading the Bible, and when it comes to who Jesus was, I don't have a problem with him, and I've made this very clear before, okay? But I do not ever want to be a Christian, okay? It's something I do not respect. It's something that I do not like, and I will tell you the things that I had to deal with when it comes to these sort of people, Christian groups. They have turned me off, and I've only seen bad examples of it. I'm very comfortable with what I believe, okay? And I do believe that I live a very good life. I do believe that I have a very good relationship with what they call God. And I'm completely happy and 100% what do you call it, content in what I believe. And I'm strong in my faith as well. But I'm not dogmatic or anything like that. It's just, this is how it is. So, other than that, the only things, I don't really have any updates other than telling people what kind of content I'm going to be making. And I think it's important, the reason why I wanted to make this video is because I wanted to say that, going forward, I think it's better for me to just kind of focus on doing kind of lessons, either lesson videos, informative videos, scripted videos, or something like that, until I can start developing more of a life outside of what I'm dealing with right now. Okay? I'm dealing with a lot of depression. My life is extremely stagnant, mainly because these people created, and this is not me trying to complain, okay? But they've put me in situations where, there was a time where they were bitching about me leaving the house. They were bitching about me wearing my hair a certain way. They were complaining about me wearing certain clothes. They wanted me to be fat. They wanted me to be miserable. They wanted to dictate every aspect of my life. They wanted me to be Christian. And so basically, these people were trying to force me into suicide. This is what they were trying to do. Okay, the people I used to go to school with, whatever. Okay, so all I have is negative thoughts. For the last 11 years, I've had one thought after another that has only been negative. Okay, that has been meant to be destructive or something like that. So really,
you know, what does a person do when they have dealt with some sort of mental abuse, or they've dealt with it's a form of trauma, really. There's not much else to think about, right? And I don't really know anybody to start new conversations, right? So I basically am sitting here all on my own, right? All because somebody decided to try to matchmake me, okay? The last thing I want in my life is a relationship. I don't want a romantic relationship. And I kept telling people this, right? And people thought it was funny. And like I said, I tried to tell people from the very beginning, but they ramped up the harassment. Okay? Then they sat here and let people involve themselves in something. You do not ever involve yourself in anything that I do when it comes to my career. Ever. I know a lot of people think it's okay to join networks and they're part of it and everything. I do not believe in networks. Ever. Okay? And I was thinking about, I will be making a video. There's so many videos I want to make in the future, right? And so this is going to prompt me to start making more constructive videos for things like YouTube or whatever. Because like I said, I do not have anything to talk about when it comes to my life. Okay? Mainly because of this Nazi thing that was being enacted. I think Justin Hayward was nothing more than a racist person because he did the sort of things that he did. You know what I mean? Trying to put restrictions on me, why, the excuse of why I could not have a job was just absolutely ridiculous to me. But anyway, I didn't want to go into it. I have only dealt in the last 2 years with wicked people. Everyone that I knew and was associated with, beyond my control, was evil. Period, right? So now I have to pick up the pieces from that, and I need to move on because I'm so tired of talking about the same thing. I feel as though, I'm trying to figure out how can I gain more experiences. Like what can I do? I'm very unhappy about, me being in the house all the time. And the sad part is, it's like, I feel as though, is there any people that I want to meet? I don't know anybody anymore. I don't know anybody, and I don't want to know anybody in the group. Okay? I don't want to know anyone in the group. And the reason, it's obvious the reason why is because these people were extremely abusive to me. And I think sometimes you can take things to a point where it goes too far to where, it's impossible to forgive a person, right? So that's pretty much where we're at right now. So yeah, I deal with a lot, so I don't know, if you have any ideas on, what a person can do to go out and try to start their life over, especially after, they ruined your finances. I don't drive anymore because they ruined my credit and they wouldn't let me work. So I ended up losing my car and my credit. It's crazy what getting mixed up with the wrong people can do. But I hope you guys know that gang stalking can happen to anyone. People could become a victim of this program very easily. Okay, and you might be a victim of this program already. Some of the reasons why you might watch this channel, but it is devastating. It is just absolutely devastating that something like this could happen. You know what I mean? But I will tell you this one thing though. If something like this ever happens to you, do not ever forget them. I don't care what they say, what they do. Do not ever. You should have more respect for yourself than to let somebody think that this is an okay thing to do. Do not ever forgive somebody who does this to you. Okay? Because their intent was to kill you. Okay? And you never forgive somebody who had that in mind for you. Okay? So I'm going to go on to the next slide because I have an announcement to make. Okay, I just recently released a video called Spiral Cakes. I would think about 2 weeks ago on Ko-fi. This video talks about, using the spiral as a way of transformation and ritualistically eating a spiral cake. And I thought that it would be a good idea. And I've always liked spiral cakes, whether that be honey buns or cinnamon rolls, for that very reason, right? Because, I'm into food magic. But I've always thought it would be really cool if you could buy a certain kind or make a certain kind of honey bun, right? When I go to the store, the only honey buns I ever seen were like the ones made of like a yellow cake mix or I don't know, yellow texture. And so I kept thinking it would be nice if those could be created. I do not have those sort of baking skills. So I kept thinking I should make this a contest, and this is exactly what I did. Okay, so if you create one of these 3 spiral cakes, you will be eligible to win $150. The first one I had in mind would have a chocolate spiral cake. I've always thought, like, those like chocolate donuts, those old-fashioned type donuts. I've always thought that those were delicious, but I would be kind of cool if this particular spiral cake could have a similar texture. Also, I wanted a orange spiral cake to be created. I've never seen one actually sold in stores. And I also thought it'd be kind of cool to have a strawberry spiral cake, okay? These spiral cakes are not created yet, so I'm calling all bakers and asking them to participate in this contest. You must be a Swan Song Manifesto member on Ko-fi, and you must have Cash App. Okay, so yeah, let me go over this one more time. So you must be a Swan Song Manifesto member on Ko-fi. It's definitely watch the spiral cake video to get all the instructions on how to participate in the contest or for the contest. Number 3, the expiration date for this contest is going to be August 10th, and I will announce the winner on August 25th. And definitely you must download Cash App in order to win the $150. All right, you guys, I am tired. I feel like I'm going to wrap this one up. I've got a long day tomorrow. And I would love to hear from people. I know I have been hidden on social media for a very long time. It's not that I'm hidden. It's just I know that there was a propaganda thing about me being evil, blah, 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 me not being antichrist and all this other stuff. No, this is not true. I did want to clarify something really quick. I'm very unfortunate, that I got messed around with on social media, and it has prevented me from having a full participation on my channel, and I would like that to change. Mainly because, I know that Justin Hayward has been trying to tell people that I was in some sort of relationship with him, and in order to somehow be devoted to him, I had to not wear wigs, not wear clothes, all this other, this ridiculous stuff, right? I'm not his girlfriend, okay? I'm not his wife, I'm not anything like that. And I would never be in a relationship with anybody who would treat me that way. Also, I'd like to say, if you are somebody who's dealing with something like that in a relationship, you do need to understand that you're in an abusive relationship, and I hope you do what you can in order to get out of it, okay? But I myself would like to be able to interact with people who are on my level, okay? Mainly because I'm tired of dealing with the group that I was stuck with. And, it's time for me to build my life and, interact with people outside of my network. It was just a nightmare. And I would love to hear from you, I would love to hear your comments so I can get back into the game of life. I'm going to wrap up this video, and I will be back with another video sometime later. Thank you for watching. Good night.